I just got back from an interview. Would you like to know how it went? Tell me why I get through almost the entire interview, right? I answer all this nice man's questions. We get to the very end, like this guy, he looks at my resume, looks me up and down, and was like, we're really looking for people with at least 2 years of relevant experience. But wait, I forgot to mention, this job interview was at Chipotle. What kind of experience do you need to be working in
What the
Chipotle?
fuck?
Sorry, I didn't go to chicken scooping school. Like, what? I don't even want this job. I just wanted some kind of income to pay the rent and afford the bills until I find a nice full-time job with my actual degree. But how cooked is the job market if I can't even get a job at Chipotle with a master's degree?
Now listen, most fast food fucking places, they won't tell you this, okay? I'm seeing teenagers at the age of 16, 15, 17 working at like fast food places, at cafes, bars, not bars, but cafes and fast food places. I don't know what the fuck's happening with that specific Chipotle, but it is what it is. Also, insane example, but I've been talking with. I train clients in the gym part time. I make a little bit of money from YouTube, and I'm looking for some kind of a job on the side. I'm not stressed about it. I want some kind of a chill, even if it's minimum wage, because I'm already making somewhat more from the gym training. So my friend who is in college, he's also looking for a job, and he's like, do you know, for a customer service, like call representative, call center job, he went through three levels of interviews. I'm like, what the since when he was like, yeah, they needed me to have this experience, that knowledge. I'm like, what? Go like Excel, Google Sheets? Well, like, what the fuck are we? Are we 60 years old? We can learn that we can learn the basics of that stuff in a day. Like, so, I used to work as a software engineer, then I left because it was awful. I went through like 3 rounds of interviews to get in a just junior beginner level 0 experience job for a software engineer. And this guy went through the same thing for a call center job. Insane.
Offering $11 an hour in 2026 is a joke.
Insane.
15, key carrier. That's a supervisor, a manager with keys to the store. 15, you're kidding. Multi-store manager. Not only a store manager, multiple stores that you're going around to. 17, like, what the f are these people?
Yeah, imagine like having to manage 2 stores and getting a McDonald's level salary. Also, that's not even the worst part. The minimum wage in the US is still $8.25. Like, the US really needs to like up their like minimum wage to like at least 25, 30 something. Like, come on, man, this is insane. I'm not saying that's a great salary and you'll live, comfortably on it, especially not if you live in, huge cities like LA, New York, Miami, Austin, and so on. Also, I just wouldn't. Like, I've talked with some friends in the US. They have found ways that they could somehow make more money working 2 part-time jobs, both jobs being customer service, and they would make a lot of money from tips. So 8 hours a day, basically every day, because 2 part-time jobs, and they would make a little bit more than the average just because of the tips. I think it was in restaurants or something. Easier said than done. You don't want to end up in that kind of a situation for your whole freaking life, you know what I mean?
Have you heard of Office Trials? They're the new interviews from hell. It's a week-long in-office trial where you work for the company trying to prove to them that you want the job bad enough. Now, companies have just gotten out of control because what even is this? It's beyond a humiliation ritual at this point. Because all those take-home tasks that they offered were bad enough, but they've pushed aside the take-home task for the come into the office while we judge you for a full week. And if you make one mistake, That's it. This is a prime reason why so many people are just dropping out of the job market. Because with trials like these, they've truly made it impossible for many people to simply work.
I mean, guys, come on. At this point, when you're seeing all of this, what else is the answer except starting something on your own? Start growing fucking fruits and vegetables. I don't know, in your like yard, and start selling them. I don't sell seeds even. I don't fucking know. Like, start selling nuts and cashews and whatever. Just on your porch. Just that. Yeah. I don't know what else to do. Like, you know what I mean? I know one guy. I mean, I don't know him. I've seen him multiple times because he's very close to where I live. He just sells different kinds of nuts, right? And I've asked him, how are the profits? How's, the profit margins, all of this. And he's like, I used to work as a dentist or something. He was paid well. And, he got fed up. Tried this job like, I don't know, years ago. Started doing it part-time, on the side. After his dentist work, started making more freaking money, but just selling nuts, just different types of nuts. Now he is in a very crowded area. There's a lot of like tourism there, but he's like, yeah, I'm making enough, and I just gotta buy and sell the nuts, and that's it. It's not that complicated. Very low stress. I didn't know anybody else in my town, in my city specifically, who just has that specific job. Just a little shop, just like 5 square feet, something like that. Just nuts. That's it. I usually go there to buy some cashews because I love cashews. That's it. And he's making more. I mean, maybe he's lying. I don't know, but I've never seen that guy being mad or depressed or stressed. So, yeah.
So I applied to a job and my resume got downloaded. The woman reached out. I think she was a hiring manager or business owner. And in her email, she said, I just want to make sure you understand that this is a volunteer unpaid position.
Depressing.
And then I went back to the job description and saw that it was like 7 paragraphs long, and in the middle, hit it, and it said volunteer position, but nowhere did it say unpaid. And based on the title of the job, you just assume that it is a high paying job, so obviously no one's gonna second guess it. And I emailed her back. I'm like, you said this is unpaid, is that correct? And she said, yes, for 6 months, it's unpaid volunteer position. And they were asking for 5 years of experience with an MBA.
What?
I sent her a professional yet very stern email saying, hey, this isn't cool. You cannot be asking people for 5 years of experience with an MBA for an unpaid volunteer position when the title of this role indicates that it's executive director level. And then she sent a very rude email back to me, but I didn't care.
Yeah, ignore these kinds of companies. Just ignore them. Usually these kinds of companies just want to use you for 6 months, and then they're going to drop you because you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to become an expert on. But it's probably some kind of an easy job. But it's probably something not that complicated, even if the title makes it seem like it's some advanced type of job where you need so much experience and an MBA. Listen, never accept those kinds of jobs. I mean, number one, because you need to survive, and number two, those are just scams. There's 2 types of scams. Number one, it sounds too good to be true. And number 2, it's the exact opposite. And this is the exact opposite.
So fed up with these ridiculous job postings. I'm going to start publicly shaming these companies. Let's start with PGC Digital America, who's looking for a city guide video creator and is paying a whopping $8 to $12 an hour, barely minimum wage. Let's see what these job requirements are. So you're going to create 1 to 5 minute walk and talk videos highlighting public places. Okay, so you're a producer. You speak naturally on camera. Oh, so you're also the talent. You have to record smooth and steady footage using your smartphone. Okay, so I'm the videographer and I'm providing my own equipment. Submit videos along with accurate location details. So I guess I'm doing the post-production and also all the paperwork. Maybe this is a small mom and pop company just starting out. Let's see what this company is about. Oh, no. You have 87,000 followers and almost 1,000 employees. You should be embarrassed to put up a job posting like that. PGC Digital America.
I mean, if I was PGC Digital America, I wouldn't even post the salary range. $8 to $12 per hour is insane. At first, when I read, you just gotta like walk around and just film 3 to 5 minute videos for how much was it? You know what? This sounds great for like, I don't know, a teenager in high school. You know, you don't have to work. Your parents pay everything, but you know, you want to make an extra, you know, minimum wage. You know, something easy. Walk around and film. Maybe you can learn some basic editing shit. It's not that hard, trust me. I learned it very fast. Very basic minimal editing. That's depressing and insane. And you can find actual freelance gigs to make probably way more. Well, at least 3 times more with multiple clients. If you if you put yourself at a very low price, you might get some clients for a very low price. You can get multiple clients, just record and edit. You can do all of it in I don't know, in one day you can record and edit multiple videos because these are short videos, and make way more money in one day. That's at least my guess. Okay.
I have a theory, and I have for a while, that there are no jobs on LinkedIn. They are for lead generation. They just want your information, and there is no job.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I think she's right. There's also tons and tons of ghost jobs. So yeah, I've applied to tons of jobs, and I've seen jobs being just floating around saying 1-year-old job listing. We already know what you're doing. Fucking shitty ass company.
What happened to Indeed? I just turned 20 years old and I've had 4 jobs in my life, 3 of which I got from Indeed. I'm looking to leave my current position and have been looking for a new job for around 5 months now. I've applied to hundreds of jobs on Indeed in the past 5 months, and the only 2 that have gotten back to me lied on the job listing, and they're just door-to-door sales jobs with no base.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the hell's happening with sales jobs? I've also been scammed a lot. With expecting a job to be an actual job, and then them ending up saying, hey, this is you gotta call tons of people and make money off of that. It's basically a sales job. And I'm like, listen, sales is great. You can make a lot of money of it. It's a great skill. I'm looking for something secure because I already have something that I'm working on myself to grow. I just need a secure job, okay? Sales is not a secure job. And please don't lie to me. And I've wasted so many days and hours just going to interviews just for nothing. Just for nothing. Just to, be lied to. And sometimes even the salary ranges are oh no, this is the salary that you would get with a bonus if you, end up scoring and doing all of the requirements, or maybe even more for the month. And I'm like, you guys are fucking evil. You know that? You guys are evil. What you're doing here, I hope it bites you in the fucking ass. Okay? That's so fucking depressing.
All right, so there are 2 things that are crazy when it comes to the current job interview process. I'm not currently interviewing for jobs, but I have a few friends that are, and this is what they're telling me. First, I mentioned this before, it's the combination of the homework assignments and the long interview process. There's 4, 5, sometimes 6 rounds, online, Zooms, you have to go in person, you have to do a presentation, all that stuff. It was never really like that. You maybe had to do a few rounds, right? Maybe 3, 4, started with a phone call, then you'd go in, and then usually after the 3rd or 4th time, they would have a decision.
That's still insane.
Which I really don't like, is that they are having you go through the entire process, right? Whether you start with a recruiter, an outside recruiter, or not. You do 5, 6 rounds. You even meet the CEO if the company is small or mid-size enough. Then they more or less string you along for a month. Sometimes they kind of ghost you, and sometimes they string you along saying hey, we're still thinking about it, we're still interviewing other candidates. And then 4 to 6 weeks go by, sometimes longer, and they say, oh, well, you didn't get the job, we went with someone else.
Yeah, this has happened to me as well. I went through an interview process of 4 interviews, which is still insane. Last summer, while I was working as a software engineer, I hopped out of that job in December 2025, but this is summer 2025. I was interviewing at this company, and I lost a lot of free days because I had to go in the middle of the working hours. From the company I was working at, I had to go to the company to interview. 4 interviews, right? And, well, I made it to the last interview, me and another candidate, and then I wasn't chosen. And even though they were praising me throughout most of the process, specifically the last 2 interviews, I was praised so much. I'm like the technologies, all of this, specifically what they needed. My level of experience, specifically what they needed. And then I wasn't chosen. Also, another thing I found out is that a lot of them might, take you through the whole process, interviews, you and many other candidates, and just hire nobody. Just not hire anyone. Just waste your time. Why? They want to keep, a list of potential people. Like potential slaves. Yeah, this slave can do this, pretty good at this age, these skills. Oh, this slave can do this. Okay, now you're worthless and useless to us because we don't need you, but we're gonna call you when we need you. So until then, you survive somehow. Who gives a shit about you? And then they don't hire anybody. And I've ended up in a situation like that, and then I ended up asking I think it was the last interview with I was with the CEO, one senior developer, and I think there was the HR. For some reason, all 3 of them, and I asked them because I knew I wasn't getting in. Another candidate already told me that they were gonna get in because of connections and stuff, so they were just wasting my time. So I told them, I know this candidate's gonna get in. And eventually they agreed. They were like, yeah, we agree. This candidate's gonna get in. How did you find out? Didn't tell them. And I was like, why are you wasting mine and all of these other people's time? Why? Are we just pawns? Are we just... what are those? Are pawns like the smallest ones in chess? Are we just that to you guys? Like, come on, have some fucking human dignity. God damn.
This post is for a trade show research and booking coordinator with Health is Freedom LLC in Tampa, Florida, paying a whopping $15 to $20 an hour for full-time work. Let's see what this job is all about. We are seeking a dynamic and detail-oriented trade show research and booking coordinator to lead the planning and execution of our trade show presence. Okay, let's see what some of these skills are. Strong research skills. Okay, no problem. Excellent organizational skills. I have those. Effective communication skills. Pretty standard. Ability to manage multiple projects simultaneously. Most of us can do that. Here's where it gets wonky. Knowledge of animal physiology or quantum engineering is a plus for understanding technical exhibit requirements or specialized event needs. So for
what does that even mean, bruh? What does that even mean? And imagine somebody knows this. They're gonna apply to like a $15 an hour job.
You need to moonlight as an animal physiologist or quantum engineer. If you had either of those skill sets, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be doing anything better with your life, and you would want to be a trade show research. Full-time, $15 to $20 an hour, but 30 hours a week. So technically full-time, but not really.
Okay, here's an idea. I'm not in a horrible position, right? But if I was reading this and potentially thinking to apply, and then I read that description, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. In every single big city in the West, there's a huge problem with garbage, right? The city's not collecting it. There's, people just throwing out garbage. I'll start going on Facebook groups, Reddit, wherever you can find communities in the city you live in. And I would offer people, hey, you can just pay me a little bit of money from every household in the neighborhood. Just like a tiny bit. Like the amount of money they would spend on, I don't know, a little DoorDash order, right? It would be a lot of money for you for one day. And I would clean the whole neighborhood for them. all the trash, I'll take it, put it in the trash bins. If I have to like get a van, like if you have a car or van, whatever, just you get trash bags, start piling them in, start piling the trash there. Take it to your like local dumpster, whatever you want to call it, or maybe you have something else, a facility where the actual people who have to actually deal with the garbage men, you know, they work there. No, you're gonna take the garbage there and you're gonna throw it there because you're gonna be making, you know, you're just gonna help the institution, and you can, you know, help out the neighborhoods. Trust me, there's a lot of people that would pay for that stuff, because if you're in Europe or North America, which most of my viewers are from, or even Australia, there's tons of those kinds of neighborhoods and people are desperate to clean them up. Or you can think of some other stuff like selling nuts, because, you know, all of these job postings are even more nuts. That was a horrible joke. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. This is fucking depressing, and this is happening all over the fucking world. So don't worry, this is not just in the US, trust me. I'm looking at job listings all over the fucking European and North American continent, and it's every single day I'm just questioning my reality and my existence more and more. Tell me what you guys think, and have a nice day.